Episode 5, Turnabout Ablaze. There's the fire. 2 cards. One of the Black Raven. And one of the White Raven. A country torn in 2. One to the west. And one to the east. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. No! That's not good. Fire, fire everywhere. It's the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu's here! Are they really? You accursed Yatagarasu! K! You! 8 hours earlier. That is some epic music. God damn. And it just ends. That was some epic music playing. Wow. Hey. Hello everyone. Triple S back here some more. Ace Investigations Miles Edgeworth. We're in the last case. Turnabout Ablaze. And if you just recall, okay, the case that happened before, Turnabout Reminiscence, was not the case that happened before this chronologically. The first case that happened before this was Turnabout Visitor, the first case of the game. If you recall, I put up a list of the cases in game order and chronological order. So after Turnabout Reminiscence, Edgeworth came back to his office and Turnabout Visitor happened, and now Turnabout Ablaze is happening after Turnabout Visitor. So, let's go. March 14th, 10:17 AM. High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. It's so nice, double streamlined to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially what a whirlwind the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewater Land theme park. And later that night, a detective said Buddy welcomed me back to my office. There you go. He just explained what I just said about the order, along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Miss Edgeworth! This is big! Big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about, fragile dreams? Come on, let's go. The fake Yatagarasu isn't going to just find herself, you know. What if you must know? It's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep-talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important than I want you to see. Oh, and that is? Take a look at this. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secrets. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date the card mentions is today. Today, huh? Come on, we gotta hurry. The embassy awaits. I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too. Blair. God, speak English, woman. Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, Bern Faraday, 7 years ago? There she is. There they are. There she is again. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. Ah, she makes me so mad, the phony. Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome. Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. This isn't a clue that that woman's involved, and nothing is. Come, Mr. Edgeworth. Out the door you go. Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different colour than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? No reason at all. Very well, seeing as how Miss Yu is also someone of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around. Off we go. March 14th, 5 PM, Triachum Neutralis. If I could say that without stuttering, it'd be great. By the light of this night's glorious moon. Ooh, hello, we are ready. Ready to embark on our nightly outing. And this is where our tale begins. So the Pink Princess and the Steel Samurai did they have a kid over there on the right? What a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theatre inside a foreign embassy? Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai Sushi Slice. I got chills down my spine when you pulled that move out. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theatre is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries. So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries. The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right? Which just makes me think of One Piece. Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jamming Ninja. The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jamming Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. You've totally got to see that too, Miss Edgeworth. The Jamming Ninja show is going to kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. So anyway, about today's event, what's it called again? The Kingdom of Alabast versus the Republic of Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Cadopia. Is everything alright, Miss Edgeworth? Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Cadopia, huh? The KG-8 incidents, and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Cadopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? Miss Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something. Oh, excuse me. What were we talking about again? If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabast versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other, but supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event. If that's the case, then why the versus? I was thinking the exact same thing, and I was wondering if anyone else was going to mention it in this. Also, both countries claim to own the real Primidux, I'm going to say Primidux statue, a national treasure to both. I'm planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal. Okay, need to remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires. Well, when it comes down to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that. Ah, you'd better be saying that in jest. Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell ya. I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. Okay. So there's this dude here who's all in green. There's a dude over there looking at his watch. Maybe it's an Apple Watch. We're supposed to look at this thing. There are pamphlets about the two embassies here on this table. It still looks weird to me. The country split into two a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since. I guess it's because they don't have the money to build two separate ones, huh? I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these. Embassy guide stuck into the pages of my organiser. That's courtroom talk. Huh? What is all that hubbub? Hey, look! It's a little samurai! He's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him. Oh, I knew it was his son. Oh! I see someone up there in the top right. Ah, I love the Still Samurai theme. It's awesome. Still Samurai, can I have a word? May I speak with you for a second? It's the Still Samurai! S.Samurai. Miss Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for? Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before. Looks like he's written something down for you. To Edgeworth, from Steel Samurai, Daddy, married man of New World Tokyo. Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Miss Edgeworth? Steel Samurai's autograph received. He's got to realise though, right? Wait a minute. Miss Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you. Now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alabasta to shake the hand of the Ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador for our own country as well. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world. He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera. In just a few seconds, the Jammin Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He's set to meet with the Ambassador of Babal at that time. The Jammin Ninja show is about to start. We're gonna get back to our seats. Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas. Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If you miss even a second of the Jammin Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you. I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay? Off they go, walk in front of the camera. Courtroom talk again. Did he... Hang on a second. Don't skip. Okay. Did he even say his name to the Still Samurai? But the Still Samurai knew his name and wrote it down. He didn't even say his name, did he? Or am I misinterpreting what happened there? Anyway. I could listen to that A Ninja March for Death's Lullaby all song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice, now that's the Jammin Ninja's greatest weapon. Oh, those pieces of Jammin Ninja merchandise over there. I've got to have them. Especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine Princess Mizola wears in her hair. Anyway! Hold it right there, Miss Edgeworth. Yes? You're thinking of going home, aren't you? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank. No way, I just know the Yatagarasu will show. But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards. Yeah, I did, but I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase. But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card. Genuine fake? Well, how can I word this? Yes, Garasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now? We got a problem! Death of Garasu has been spotted in Alabast. What? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony. Hey, what gives? I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter. What the? Hey, the still samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. And if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is going to escape. Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be a part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country... Miss Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Babal and climb over the wall to Alabast. You would tell the prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Okay, you're listening to me. Okay, Faraday, and I'm... What? Okay, Faraday, and Oh. I read that completely wrong. I thought it was Edgeworth still talking. And it's just... Because I thought he was shouting at K Faraday to come back or something. I was like, why is he saying coming through? But no, K Faraday, and I'm going through. Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her! Anyone! Sometimes I can't read well. March 14th, 6:12 PM, open air stage. Get in shape, Edgeworth. Kay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Ah! Fire! This is too big for us to handle. Looks like the Garasu came to Babal too. Oh no, Kay. You accursed Yatagarasu! Kay, you better be alright, wherever you are. March 14th, 6:45 PM, Babali's Embassy Secretariat's office. I told you it wasn't me.
Hold it.
Kay, are you alright? Do I look alright to you? Now can you do something about this woman? Miss Edgeworth? Dead to Gumshoe? What is the meaning of this? Well sir, it's this. Oh, they dead, son. Wasn't me. He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fate Yasugarasu. Laguna came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage. A suspicious person? A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fate Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There is no reason for you to be this loud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Shi-na, I believe your name is correct. And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer? I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority. Hey pal, just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Miss Edgeworth's jurisdiction, the end. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, detective, embassies are a different matter. Huh? This office is considered to be part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? So do you really believe that the truth is out there? God. Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir. Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home. Miss Edgeworth? You're not Miss Edgeworth. In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Miss Von Karma. Haha. Eek. Ambassador Paleno? I'm going to say Paleno. I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Francisca. Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct... Already? What is it? Ambassador Paleno. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant. Assistant? Miles, what the heck do you think you're... Please, I implore you, Ambassador Paleno. Very well, I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Miss Edgeworth. What did you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, Detective? If I don't become Francisca's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation. There you go again, running at the mouth with that aloof expression on your face. Francisca, please. I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you, should you have a brain lapse. Of course, I'll keep that in mind. If you are done playing games... Right, let's begin the investigation. Begin investigation. ABLAZE Embassy, Secretariat's Office. By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the ABLAZE Embassy today. Why are our police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the card they got from the Atigarasu. They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, because we've been searching for the Atigarasu these past 7 years. It was a more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this is all turned out to be, I suppose. Looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. Ah! Look forward to your next salary negotiation. Although it's out of my hands. So if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even packet noodles anymore. Okay. First thing we gotta do, let's look at the dead body. So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it. Manny Cochin. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable. The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back. We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle. So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire? What in the world happened inside this room? Notes on Cochin's body jot down my organiser. I'm going to zoom in. And we're going to look at the knife first. Is this knife the murder weapon? Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me too. Though it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy. But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. Motif on knife handle. Butterfly-shaped guard adorns the handle of the murder weapon. Logic added. Knife data jotted down my organiser. The next thing, look at his pocket. Nope, that was his left. That was the stab wound. I meant to look at his... Oh, the thing sticking out of his pocket. I thought it meant like breast pocket, but no. It's a knife wound. It's obvious that he was killed with it, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. Indeed, it is. We just found out about that. It's this thing sticking out of his pocket. Oh, there appears to be something in his pocket. This key? It can't be. Oh god, not this again. Is it Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? What? But that's... Huh? 7 years ago... Oh! You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yep, it's a piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. Which was then stolen by Callisto U. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife. Yeah. Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of crimes you were a suspect in. Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. I feel like the victim right now. All trampled on, sir. Huh. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Oh, we have to do this again? Oh, okay. And down. There we go. Oh, wow. That's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. Yatagasu's key data jot down organizer. I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. Remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yep, looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vines, sirs? I think it's like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. One of those six-sided stars, just like the police back on our IDs. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped will be an understatement. The real question is, why was the ABLAZE Embassy's secretariat holding this? And we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key. We do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kodopian Embassy. That's right, Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer. Ow! Oh, my wrist. I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Kodopia. Why don't you ask Ambassador Peleno about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Kodopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. So, well, first we're going to back up out of here. And we're going to have a look at this golden statue. Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat. But there is a possibility that it is related to the murder, would you agree? Miss Edgeworth? Why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Primadux statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Still Samurai? They could be twins. Babal's Primadux statue data jotted down my organizer. And then there's a... Wait a minute. Wait. Knife rack next to the painted logo. Does it mean this? Miss Edgeworth, there's still something on the display rack, sir. Ah, yes. Knives, huh? Other blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. Guess the handles all got burnt off by the fire. Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Peleno, are these knives yours? Oh yes, they are. They're a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babalese ones have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? Huh? There's a small release on the tag of this blade. Ambassador Peleno, what is this notch here for? Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them. So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see, so these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed. Ah, I guess that kind of points towards the fact that this knife didn't have any blood on the handle, so the handle's been taken and switched. Right, and the gold painted wall, just the design itself, I guess. Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babal. National symbol that adorns the national flag, alabaster flower, is its counterpart. Point to my logic. Okay. Drawing this big on the wall of an embassy definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. You may want to, detective, however I have yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. Right, logic time. So, the only two that we have. I thought I hit Y to connect and it didn't work. The design of the knife's handle greatly resembles the special ABLAZE species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here. This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room. Just give me a second. I'm going to amend my guide. Next we're going to talk to Franny over here. Whoa, if I can get around this statue. Franny. Miles Edgeworth. What is it? Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect. What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will really be necessary, Francisca. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me. I thought Francisca was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy? Francisca's return, why is she here when she's supposed to be overseas in pursuit of a smuggling ring? Added to logic. And I'm going to talk to her the murder. I was investigating at the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess. Ah, that's right. Athagarasu was due to appear at that embassy as well. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the ABLAZE embassy. Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh? I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastian embassy acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. Athagarasu. So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Athagarasu? Kay would never harm a soul, sir. Kay? Remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl's the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. So she's that feisty little girl. Kay's been on the trail of Athagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life. I see. Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? Athagarasu just keeps on tricking us all. Huh? How so? Athagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secrets. The card warned that the Athagarasu will steal the embassy's dirtiest secrets. Logic added. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract and it's going on the rap sheet. If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight. I do wonder though if Callisto Yu really is the Athagarasu. I'm done with talking to her, I just need a drink because my throat. He's getting very scratchy in the back. Okay, oh, we're back to some more logic. So, Francisca's return, with the stealing a secret, connect. To steal your dirtiest secrets. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Athagarasu was out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret? Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence. In that case then, the person I'm looking for is here in the ABLAZE embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth. So let's talk to her. Smuggling. Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that? Yes. After analysing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off. There's accounting documents? It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. But you see, this type of paper was made only in the Kingdom of Cadopia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabasta and Babal is the head, the one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. Cadopian paper document data jot down my organizer. We done talking to her? Okay. So now we're going to have a look at this thing over here. I'm pretty sure it's this. A small personal safe. This was Mr. Kochen's office, so perhaps he stored his most important documents in here. Ah, of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. Lock save the Secretariat's office safe. It can't be opened without the key. Logic added. Now we're going to talk to Plano. Plano. Hello, Plano. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Plano, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Kochen's as well. You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating. Here I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it will be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh, no, these are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babal. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal. Now I remember, the Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. Okay, Manny Kochen. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased Manny Kochen. He's my secretary and the embassy secretariat charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything: accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please excuse my forwardness, however. I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh yes. Since you are one of the legal profession, I can't say profession properly without stuttering, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KGA incident. The KGA incident? The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny. How have you forgotten this, Edgeworth? So your Mr. Kochen is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from the case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. Really, it's a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him. Renovations? What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. Just like Edgeworth. Just like Gumshoe with his noodles. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us. Cadopia. Ambassador Plano, I was wondering if I may ask you about Cadopia. Cadopia? Alright, what would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. Huh? What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Kochen's pockets. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife, like a butterfly knife. Oh, how fascinating! Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? Huh? In its knife form, there is a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Cadopia. How did you come to that conclusion? There's both of Cadopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Cadopia. Key used at embassy, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago by the ABLAZE. Logic added. Ambassador Plano, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Oh, really? You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at that time? I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador of Babal after Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny was still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Kochan and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. Okay, we're done talking to him. We've got some more logic to do. So the lock's safe with a key. The key probably unlocked the safe. We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Kochan's pocket. Which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's go and try it out. It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pockets literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. Won't rest until every prospect... this paper sticking out the bottom here. What is this here? Looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch, even when I tug on it. I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before. Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret of the safe is that it has 2 compartments, it's completely empty, it has a crack there. It has 2 compartments. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of this safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment. What? I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct, and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there is no other lock or keyhole in sight. Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on this safe. Oh? Yep, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduce your answer. What am I looking at here? Highlight the back slits left on the... I mean this here? Hey, there's a hole here, sir. It's a little too oddly shaped for a latch hole. Well, that's a funny shape for a latch hole, huh? It's shaped kinda like a star, don't you think, sir? Detective, I would hardly call that shape a star. There must be some reason for this hole. There's gotta be some reason why this hole's shaped so weirdly, you know? Am I overthinking this? No, I don't think so. Maybe I'm overthinking things. No, there's no way I could ever do that. Oh. Seriously, Gumshoe, could you please be quiet for a second? You're frightening me. You keep saying things that I keep saying. Deduce. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence? Yes, it is, because it's connected to, if I can find it, the key. Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca? The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. Just for the keeping the door shut, nothing more. Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Kochan, made sure this safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it. Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of this safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of this safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key. Well, that's because if you, what am I looking at here? Just click here. Yep, there we go. Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Kochan's safe in the Cadopian Embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see? What are you talking? It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head-on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance. Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open the safe. Yes, sir, opening now, sir. These items, it's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art, sir? You're in the way, now move, Scruffy. Didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art. They're identical to ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. I'm just going to amend my guide here. So I guess we should we look at everything? Because the guide's only going to tell me to look at... Oops, I need to click actually back into the game. Only going to tell me to look at certain things. So let's look at everything actually. These are pieces stolen out from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one. Eek! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why, do you have any idea what would happen to you if any one of them were to break? Just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? Okay, if that's going to be the same for all of them, then I'm not going to press, but apparently we did... This is different. This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. Wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up Detective? Mr. Coachen's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. Well, we're going to deduce... Is this spot somehow connected to any stuff of the stuff of the stuff of the stuff of the stuff? Cadopian paper documents. Take a good look at these documents, Francisca. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear. Mr. Coachin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of ABLAZE ink. ABLAZE ink? ABLAZE ink is a special product of the Republic of Baal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported. And that reason is... That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Coachin. His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation. It's so frustrating. Lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice. Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Francisca, you must know that Manny Coachin was a suspect in the KGA incident. Of course I know, on top of being the head of the smuggling ring. There is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved. Investigation complete! Are you done investigating? You realise now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be. Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu, K. Faraday. You're under arrest for the murder of Manny Coachin. Miss Edgeworth? Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here, and he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that K. Faraday is not the culprit of this crime. Very well, I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Hey, it's Francisca who says the foolish things. Testimony, why arrest K? Even your police confirm that Yatagarasu infiltrated the ABLAZE embassy tonight. Utilising the confusion caused by the fact Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. Most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with a body. God damn it, Kay, stop saying you're the Yatagarasu. You're easy for suspecting Kay's because you think she's the Yatagarasu? Yeah, exactly. But it isn't just me, she calls herself the Yatagarasu. Oh, look how many times we have to tell you. It's only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter or not, it matters not. Yatagarasu is the Yatagarasu. Very well, then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Kochen. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. Okay, so we've got to press the statement, furthermore this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. God damn it, Kay. Keep it quiet for once. Okay, over there. This girl claims to be the Yatagarasu press. Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer. No, but it does give her a motive. Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirty secrets." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Kochen for the key. I see. The logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now doesn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Kochen for the key. We present the key itself to this statement. Agent Shi-na, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer, and the Yatagarasu, I'm certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Kochen's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all. Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Kochen had the key on him. If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact. Need reason? All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. But the fact still remains that Mr. Kochen was stabbed to death. But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. Testimony, definitive evidence. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony all point to the girl. There is no counter-arguments. You're wrong about that, missy. That is your definitive evidence? You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No, Miss Edgeworth, you gotta believe me. I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear. You came in here because you were chasing this suspicious person? That's right. I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl's screams. When I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. The object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon. I had the knife analysed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. The suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me. You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? That, I don't know, but I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? You can't trust this girl's words, Miss Edgeworth. She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence. Miss Edgeworth, I really didn't. Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can. Don't worry, I can and I will. Because I'm Miles Edgeworth, bitch. Right. Definitive evidence. What am I supposed to be doing here? The knife with the butterfly handle. Knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. We present, if my right trigger will work, the knife itself. This knife, not the key knife, this knife. So many knives. Only one of them else were key. So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. Is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding, its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. It wasn't the real murder weapon? This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? Okay, how do we do this? Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Examine the centre of the knife. So is it just here then? Just where I'm looking at, just right there? Oh, yeah, okay. As you can see, the ABLAZE knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body. He proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was also to create the illusion that Mr. Coachman was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay. ABLAZE knife handle data jot down my organiser. The argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles. Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing? I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem. The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Coachman's killer. Okay, what am I looking at now? Okay, it says there's a faint... I'm not sure where, but it says there's a faint mark. Oh my god, this thing is hard to control. It says there's a faint... I can't get it properly. I'm not sure where the faint mark is supposed to be on the hand... on here. At the bottom of the blade... I'm so lost. There's a faint mark. Where is there a faint mark? I've got no idea where there's a faint mark. Besides, if I am looking at the right part, it says the bottom of the blade. For me, the bottom of the blade would be the part down here. I'm just going to examine. Is that it? That's not a faint mark. That's a symbol. That's not a faint mark. Okay, that's... the guy was just being stupid. What's this mark on here? It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means. No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now, to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this, the embassy guide. You can't be serious. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of the Alabast ornamental knives. Ah! This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore it is undeniably ABLAZE in origin. As we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. I mean, you could if you really tried. And certainly, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Shi-na? after the fire had broken out. That's right, Kay entered the ABLAZE embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Take that. Woo! Way to go, Miss Edgeworth, sir. What a great victory. Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and clear Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over, rather we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run, now that's the way a real great thief operates. Yeah, I'm there. Okay. Well, thanks a bunch, Miss Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. Not really, but... Come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Oh, what now, shi-na? Their argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire. Preposterous. On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu. That in itself is the most elegant proof. Miss shi-na? Yes? I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposters to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss shi-na. Let me share something with you too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? Well, I guess we'd better get going. Going? To where? To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? Suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. Mush, mush. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. And off they go. To be continued. Right. It's so nice to have the main characters, you know, support being accused of a crime and then immediately being told no, she's not, because you just get so sick of hearing that in the original Phoenix Wright ones where Maya would always be accused of a crime. It's like, the entire case, I have to try and prove that it wasn't her, and then by the end of it, you finally do. You're just like, every single time, why can't I just prove it's not her in like the first sentence? But anyway, so Coach and Dead, Kay is now just being accused of setting the fire and not the murder, but the fake Yatagarasu, I can't speak at all today, is somewhere. They tried to steal something, and then that goddamn knife key's back again. So much stuff's happening. But anytime, next time, we're off to Alabasta, and we're going to see Luffy and Zoro and all the others. So, thank you for watching. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you decide to subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing, and ding that bell to be the first to hear about my new videos. Thanks again, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.